Okay, great. So I think I'm going to go back to my sort of benchmarks of 5. So I'm going to go technically question 41 to 45, but there's only 2 questions in this window, so to speak, 42 and 40 something. I don't know. We'll see in a second. So let's do that because I want to keep them sort of sharp. So here we're talking about process costing. What you want to remember with process costing, which you should get, and don't make that mistake. Make sure you nail that topic. Is this whole idea of we're making something, but we're using a number of products, and we have a certain number of units coming out, and we expect some wastage. It's quite normal to expect some wastage, so we recognize that. So what am I saying? We use double entry, so to speak. It's one way of looking at it. It's probably a good way. So you have something when you're going in, it's kind of on the debit side. Typically, think of the bank money coming into the bank, and when it's leaving here. But if it's going into another process, so this could be process A and this could be process B. And typically, you would process some things and you would add some other material to it, but it's still the same core material that's just starting with. You might do some labor on it, or do some work on it. Anyway, production process requires 1,500 liters of chemical input per month at a cost of £2 per liter, which is 3,000 pounds spent, and then other costs of 355. So ultimately, imagine we were just making this and we're not selling it yet. If you were asked what's the value of each liter, you would just spread this full cost over the number of liters, right? And you have that once it's done. But it tells us that we expect, so right now I know that that's the cost that I would spread over whatever I have in the end. And it tells you that you expect to lose 10%. So if you expect to lose 10% of 1,500, you're expecting to lose 150 liters. So that's fine. That would evaporate, and technically you would spread that cost over whatever's left. And what's left? Well, what's left is 1,350. Or what should be left should be 1,350. This is the normal output, so to speak. And so it tells us, though, that 150 has some value at 50p. So, I mean, I'm just going to make this the loss account, so to speak. You can get a question about the loss account. So really, this disappears into this loss account. So we have 150 at 50p, this is 75, isn't it? So you should have now, the question is, what is the value of this 1,350? Well, the value of this 1,350, I mean, this is 655, is the difference between, well, 75 and 655, whatever, 6,555, which comes to 6,480. So this is the value of these 1,350. That's what we have. 6,480 divided by 1,350 gives us, where's my calculator gone again? A second. Right. Okay, I'm going to have to use the calculator. Forgive me, on my phone whilst I find that. Where's this disappeared? Okay, so, here it is. I found my calculator. So I have here 6,480 divided by 1,350, which takes us to a lovely, £4.80. Nice. £4.80. We have £4.80 there. So yeah, £4.80. So that's the value of each litre. But then it tells us, this question says that actually what happened was that I'm just gonna go to a blank sheet just because. So it tells me that my situation is actually, this is my actual situation, that I chucked in 3,355. I expect to lose 10%, as in 150 litres, and that all ends up being £75. That's 6,555. That's 6,555. But unfortunately, only 1,250 items came out properly, so which meant that you actually had an abnormal loss of 100. I mean, they're both at £4.80, right? So I don't care. This might be lost, broken, it's your fault, stolen. The value is £4.80 to us. It wasn't expected to evaporate, so to speak. So therefore, the value of that loss, this question is actually asking what's the value of that abnormal loss, and that's 480. If I was opening a loss account, I would therefore have the 150 items and the 100 items there. This valued at the 75p, or the 50p, sorry, and this valued at the £4.80. Most likely, you sell the 250 items that you've lost at the scrap value because, well, it's possible it might not be, but technically we argue that it is. And so that's how your loss account would look like. And so your final loss would be the difference between this is £75 and 480 and 125, whatever the difference is. You're not being asked for that in this question, but your loss account in your income statement, so to speak, would be the difference. We just want to know what that was at 480. That was that. So coming out of this, let's go to the question again. That takes us to A, 480. Great, and let's look at 44. And okay, great. 44 tells us that we have, so what is the expected cost at the end of this process? So I'll just do exactly what I've done and just keep it simple that way. Unit inputs from previous process. I'm going to put in 4,000 items at £10 each. 4,000 items at £10. Additional costs of 31,000. Additional costs of labor at 24,600. Normal waste, if you like, of £10. I expect to lose 400 units, and I'm told the value of that is £5. So therefore, I'm expecting 3,600 units to come out good, and therefore I'm going to add all this together. 40,000, 31, 24,000, that's 93,600. That's 93,600. Sorry, that's 95,000. 95,600, 95,600. This is 2,000, so therefore this is 93,600. So the value of those 3,600 items is 93,600. Divide those two together and you arrive at a healthy £26. Right? That's that. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll end this here, and then because question 45 is on a slightly different topic, so it'll be good if I kind of start that in a different video. So technically this is question 41 technically to 44, if that, because I'm doing them in batches of 5. Okay, great stuff. See you in the next video.